Today I'm giving you an update on the progress of the laundromat. This is part 3. And some words come to mind when I think about all I've been through the last few months. Frustration, irritation, aggravation, things like that. 2 words I do not like to hear when talking to contractors that I'm trying to pay to do the job for me. The 2 words are next and week. Contractors love to say next week. I'll be there next week to do whatever part of the job. Okay? Well, your money will be here for you next week when the job is finished. How about that, huh? Oh, I need the money now to get parts. No. You want me to trust you? You trust me. You go buy the parts on your own money and I'll pay you back for the parts when the job is finished. Gas company, water company, electric, and the guy who owns the building doing the building work like drywall and things like that, and windows and doors. Everyone has been a problem. Everyone has huge amounts of delays and reasons why they can't. And, oh, next week. Just like one of my renters, when they don't have their money for the rent. Oh, I'll have it next week. Yeah, same thing. And after you've heard this a few hundred times, it gets a little bit old. The water company wasn't too bad. They didn't want to do things the way I wanted to. Give me a 2-inch line. Yeah, no problem. $15,000. Well, I guess I'm sticking with a 3/4-inch water line then. We'll see how that does. I have a plan B for that. The gas company, they have been the worst. I filed for my gas connection in August. It still isn't done. We're getting there. They're coming to look at things again for about the 4th time. But I don't have any gas in the place yet, which means I have no fuel for the dryers. I have no furnace. I have no hot water heater. And the electrician, boy, has he been a pain. I'm going to give you guys a tip right now, and this comes largely from my experience with the electrician. If you're hiring a contractor to do work for you, to put on a new roof or a driveway or build a porch, you do not pay them by check, you do not pay them by money order, postal money order, or cash. You pay them with a credit card, or at the very least, PayPal or Square, a Square payment system, something like that. And if you use Square or PayPal to pay them, you don't draw the money from your bank account, you draw the money from your credit card as the payment source. So you have buyer protection. You can do a chargeback. My big mistake with this electrician was paying him with a check for the first 2 payments. The 3rd payment, he used his Square app on his phone, and I went into my PayPal and paid him from there from my credit card, not from my bank account. And when he continued to stall and delay, 6 weeks later I'm hearing, oh, next week, I was busy, this happened, that happened, I need to get this part next week. I'll tell you what, I'll hold the money until next week. And we'll see how you like that. I did a chargeback finally on him. It took him about 4 days over a weekend to notice that he was suddenly missing $2,700. And he called me, oh, what happened here? That's not right. I said I would do it. Well, I was not very sympathetic, in our conversation. It came down to, when you do the job, you'll get the money. Until then, you get nothing. So you want it done? You want to get paid? Finish the job. Dealing with all the people in this whole process. The guy who owns the building mainly, and also the different utility companies, and the guy doing the furnace. It's hard to keep down the loudmouth Tim and be professional business Tim. I've wanted to go off on these people so many times, and no, yeah, I know, but you gotta keep it down. You gotta keep it down. Just try this. Oh, these people. The only thing done in the place are the change machines, and they're done because I did everything myself. I got the plywood up on the wall. I put in the cutouts, the change machines, the steel frames. I did all that work myself. That's why it's finished. Everything else, oh, next week. I just talked to the furnace guy. Hey, I have your next payment Let me put the main duct in. Okay, I'll come over next week and do it. Okay, well, your money will be here next week when you do it. Hey, you want to start a business? It's easy. No problem. All you need is a whole lot of money and a whole lot of patience, and be prepared for a whole lot of frustration and disappointment. And people who don't seem to have your time frame and priorities in their mind. Well, anyhow, I have here today a few little pieces of video. I would go over there with the camera about once a month or so and take videos to see what has changed in the place. And this is your timeline to catch you up a little bit and see what I've been doing and see how slowly things are happening. At first I wanted to have the place open by Halloween. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, right. Okay, how about the end of November? Hardly any closer. And in December? No, probably not. And I'm very upset about that. I'll show you a couple things here, and then you can see my progress steps in the video. Here are some of the parts I have at home waiting to go to the laundromat. These are all plumbing fittings for the water line coming in. This is a 1-inch Scalatron water descaler. Performs an action similar to a water softener. Not the same, but different, but still very effective. A guy I know who has a YouTube channel for his laundromats has one of these, and he really enjoys it. It works good for him, and I respect his opinion, so I got one myself. This is one of the touch pads for one of the washing machines where you press all the buttons to start your cycle. Had to replace 4 of those. This box contains my 8-camera security system. It'll get installed when it's ready. And this is a new anode rod of 104 for my 91-gallon water heater. You'll see in the December 7 segment of the video what an old one looks like. So here are the pieces of video over the last couple of months. We're making some progress on the building and all the machines. The new roof is all on, and the area in here is being cleared out. They're starting to work on the drywall and the ceiling and everything. I've got all the bearing jobs done on the big machines, and I've been moving things around over here. I just, for the first time, started working on the little 20-pound washing machines. They don't need much work done on them. Just a good cleaning inside and out. I'm changing all the water valves in here. This for maintenance. That's what the water valve looks like. A little solenoid opens and closes it. And after I finish up, this is the last one of the 20-pounders I need to work on. These are already done. Got a lot of cleaning on them. And then I'll start working on the dryers. Tear them all down, clean out all the dust, change the rollers, clean the gas valves inside, the gas burners I mean, and test them out. I found some plastic pallets cheap and put all the big heavy machines on the plastic pallets. The guy that owns the building had this pallet jack, and that makes it a lot easier to slide these things around when you're dealing with 700-pound machines. We're starting it expensive and working our way up, whereas I want to start it cheap and work my way down. The first thing we should be doing is making the bathroom bigger for the stupid ADA compliance that's going to do nothing but cost me money. And then I can get all that stuff out of there. The handyman, well, one of the handymen is working on that. I don't do that stuff. I'm working on all the equipment here. The other people handle the building work. And it's October 22. Time for another construction update. I finally got the steel base frames back, powder coated black. At least that's done. I have rebuilt 5 of the 8 dryers. That's doing okay, that's coming along. My electrician told me to get 1 meter base. Didn't look at it for 3 weeks and realized, oh yeah, that's the wrong kind. Go get this other one. So I'll actually save money on that. I've been moving things around to accommodate the construction. We've got some of the wiring in, waiting to get the rest of it all done. We're starting to put in the rear wall. That'll be all between the public area and the service area back there. That's coming along okay. They brought in a bunch of wood here. They ripped out the entire bathroom. We have to make it bigger and waste a lot of space to make it ADA compliant on the one time every 5 years someone really needs the ADA part of it. Costing me time, money, and wasting space. And we got all this big mess back here ripped out. Some will go back in. I met with the construction guy in here a few days ago, and I pointed out some things. We'll leave this separate here so we can nail up screw up a 4-foot by 8-foot sheet of plywood to make a removable door, an access panel to get back in here to the water heater if I need to. And here is something that is just so stupid it drives me crazy. Look at this. Look, let me get my phone out here to get some more light in here. As you gotta see how stupid this is. You see this old wood down there at the bottom? It is completely rotted out, termite eaten and everything. These boards are supposed to be supporting the ceiling. And I told him, why don't you just chop out that old piece of wood, put a new piece of 2x4 under your boards so it's going to support some weight. Oh no, we'll just put it here between them. What's that going to do? You have this important board on a rotted out, crusty old 2x4 that's not going to hold anything. What kind of a moron can't figure this out? Jeez. Drives me crazy. It's so obvious what needs to be done. Look at this. Look at this. What is that going to hold? I can step on it and almost break it off. It's so rotted out and eaten away. And a board between them. Somehow that's going to do something. Look at that. That's nothing holding that up. Well, hey, it ain't my roof. Whatever, I don't care. But geez, oh man, do it right if you're going to do it. It would not have been a lot of work to do. These people. But anyhow, other than that brief rant, the power boxes are getting to be in place here. And things are coming along slowly. All of the construction people are out doing their roofing jobs in any good weather day we have. So my work that I'm paying rent for in this place ain't getting done. They took out the front window here to replace the completely rotted and termite-eaten window frame. And this board up here still hasn't been changed. That was the first dryer I repaired. This one is number 6. I just put it over here. I haven't started cleaning it yet. I tear it all down, clean it, test it. I've gotten back several of the dryer computers. I took out all of the coin drops from the computers. Made sure they were clean. That's the important part, because that's how the customers give me money. And things are being moved around as I need to get everything in place. November 5. Construction progress. This wall is getting rebuilt to put the change machines in it. They've got the bathroom pretty much framed out. and the doorway to the rear service area. They fixed the brick wall where the windows will go back in. This wall got all fixed. I put new wood in there where it needed it. So, November 5th. Will we be open by the end of the month? Who knows? As slow as these people move, that's asking a lot. December 7 progress video. I've put the 2 change machines in the wall. The electrician continues to fail in his responsibilities. Not only are these change machines bolted into the wall, I have this steel frame in here bolted to that change machine, and this cross piece connects the bars to that change machine. So if some crackhead wants to rip out the change machine, he's going to have a little bit of work ahead of him. For a month now, this window has not been put back in. I've heard a few times, oh, we'll get it next week, oh, next week. The washers and dryers are pretty good. Just waiting for everything else to happen. Had to get a propane heater in here because it's cold now. The electrician did a little bit of work, and what he did do, he did very slowly. The water heater back there, let me see if I turn on the light. We have one light set up here. These water heaters are rebuildable as long as the tank is in good shape. The rest can be fixed. I can use that cleanout port to wash out the inside. We took the gas burner out to clean that out. I have taken the 4 anode rods out of this water heater to replace them. There's the 4 anodes. They were pretty worn out. And we do have the furnace in here, but the ductwork is not complete. It's not connected. So a furnace that's not connected isn't really a furnace. I got the 1-inch PEX pipe in that'll go up over the ceiling to connect the water. Run it from where the water comes in up in that corner to back here on this wall to the water heater, to the water system. I'm doing pretty good. I'm pushing for things. I got the Xfinity modem in here for the security system. I got a bunch of parts at home. Got the 8-camera security system at home. Got parts for the water heater. Got parts for other things. All waiting to be installed once we get a little bit of heat in here. It's fairly warm today, but we're not going to have many more warm days. All this drywall has to be done. This window has to be done. The door has to be put back in place. I'm very annoyed. Everyone's got an excuse why they can't show up and finish the job. Oh, but they want their money. Hey, well, when the job is done, you get your money. I brought this toilet in here a month ago because they were about to install it. Ain't even out of the box yet. So much is not complete, and I'm very aggravated about it. Yeah, it'll get built eventually, but when? I wanted to have this place open October 31st. That didn't happen. November 30th, didn't happen. December 31st, that's not going to happen. So I'm very unhappy about all that. The change machines, that's the best part of the whole job. That's the only part that's finished. And why are they at different heights? Because of the ADA requirements. Where you put the money in, they call it the operable part. Can't be any higher than 48 inches off the floor. So that's just under 48, that's just under 48. The machines happen to be a different height above it. You know, that doesn't matter, that's unimportant. Whoever said starting a business was easy. But it's December 7th. This project has taken way too long and costing way too much. And I'm very frustrated with just about everybody involved. If I could think of anything good to say, I would say it. Here's the LED lights. They'll be pretty bright once they're up. But a light sitting in the box with no power system ain't much of a light.